Hello my beautiful friends and welcome to Tailor Made Beauty by Kris. Today we're reviewing the new IT Cosmetics Bye Lines foundation. Let's see what they have to say about this foundation. It says, developed with plastic surgeons, Bye Lines foundation starts its life as your hydrating anti-aging serum and is infused with pure color pigments to seamlessly conceal the look of lines, wrinkles, and imperfections and give you instant complexion perfection. Perfect for all skin types, this advanced foundation is infused with anti-aging peptides, caviar extract, hydrolyzed collagen, hyaluronic acid, argan oil, and babesu oil, plus vitamins A, C, E, B1, B2, B3, B5, B7, B9, and CoQ10. And features proprietary drops of light optical blurring technology for an airbrushed, lit from within glow. Finally, you can experience luminous, sheer to medium coverage that makes your skin look younger, not older. And it comes in 7 shades. So, what I'll get into now is my next 3 days of testing, and then I'll come back with my conclusions. Okay, so today I'm going to apply it with no primer. I have my sunscreen on, I have done my under eye concealer, and I am going to use my fingers and a damp beauty blender. I do really like that it's got a pump. The packaging looks really nice, but it's a plastic bottle, not a glass bottle. Glass would have been nicer, but pump is definitely a really good thing. And it's a nice thick formula. That's 1 pump. All right, seems to be blending in very nicely with fingers. I'm just gonna pounce it with the beauty blender. It's feeling like it doesn't necessarily set up super fast, but I wouldn't dab all over and then go in. I would get it done a little quicker than that. I think I'm getting a good, almost medium coverage out of this. Maybe medium. Okay, that was the end of the first pump, and I want a little bit more for my forehead. I'm going to try to do half a pump. There we go. All right, I like that you can control how much of a pump you get. All right, and let me just dab out with the beauty blender again. I want a little more coverage. I've got some redness on my nose. I have a little blemish. And let's see if we can build a little bit more of the redness in my cheeks. All right. So, I'm going to say that went on nicely with the fingers, and I'll finish my makeup and check back in with you later on today. Okay, and I am back now 9 hours later after applying the foundation without a primer, and it's worn off on the chin and up in the forehead. Like I said, not looking great in those areas, but the rest of it I think still looks really nice. I was impressed with the wear today, so tomorrow we'll try a primer and see if that works better. We are all ready for day 2 of IT Bye Lines foundation. You get a bonus today because I am trying 2 new products. First of all, For primer, we are going to try the Tatcha Silk Canvas. This is a putty primer. And yes, I picked up the mini. The mini was either $20 or $22 at Sephora. I think the full size is in the 40s somewhere, and so before I made the big investment, I want to make sure that I like it. And I'm just going around in a circular motion and applying it. It goes on nicely. Oh, okay, I have heard this about the Tatcha products, that they have a lovely scent. And of course, if you're not into scents, then there are no scents that are lovely to you. But this, oh, it's just like a very faint lemon tree on a summer day. Really, really lovely. All right, so as you can see, I'm just kind of going around and around, and you can see how many times I'm going back into the pan to get product. And I feel like this is the kind of product that, well, you can see I'm just using, blur the lines on my forehead, pores in my nose, lines around my mouth. Oh, it smells good. Okay, so I think that's what I'm going to do today for the Tatcha. Now, before I go in with foundation today, I am trying, this is new to me, it is the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Liquid Concealer. And it has one of those sponge applicator tips. And what I know about this from another YouTuber is, unlike the Maybelline Age Rewind, where you can pull that sponge off and just get it coming out the tip at the end, this sponge does not want to come off, and you will not enjoy the results probably if you do that. So I'm twisting it up to get product. I can see it's, there's some product. Finally, see some product. Okay, need a little more. Oh, there we go. Okay, a little more. All right, I'm going to blend that in with the Beauty Blender. Oh, it's got nice coverage. Okay. Also today, I've got this blemish here, and so I am going to go in with the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This shade is a little, probably one too dark for me. It's medium beige, but, and it's got a huge doe foot. I don't need that. I just get a little bit of my finger, and I'm going in on those blemishes and kind of down the center of my nose. All right, well, that's what it is. So now today, I am going to try the It brushes for Ulta, this foundation brush, for applying the It by Lines foundation. And if I haven't already said so, I'm using this in light. So let's go with one pump. All right, remember it's good thick foundation. And I'm going to try dotting it on and then blending in with the brush. And I sort of do a combination here of swirling it in and stippling it. We call it stippling? That's what we called it back in the 90s when we were stenciling all over our walls. All right. The other cheek. It's going on nicely with the brush. And I think, like yesterday though, see, I went through that first pump already. This might even be a 2-pump day. So here we go with pump number 2. We'll get the forehead. It does seem to be applying nicely over that Tatcha primer. I'll be curious, you know, yesterday with no primer, I felt like it really wore off my chin and a little bit on my nose. So I'll be curious today with the Tatcha primer how it works. All right, and I want a little more, speaking of the chin, I want a little more coverage down there, a little more coverage on the forehead. I hope you can't hear it on camera. I don't think you can, but my daughter has a Bluetooth speaker in her room and it keeps announcing, "Your battery is low, please charge. Your battery is low, please charge." I feel like sometimes that's my life. About 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I should just be announcing, "My battery is low, please charge." You guys get like that? All right. I was expecting heavier coverage with the brush, and I'm feeling like I'm getting about the same I did yesterday with my fingers and the Beauty Blender. And that's okay. It was nice coverage yesterday. Just pouncing out the Charlotte under my eyes. Okay. I'll let you have a close-up look. All right, so I'm going to go hit it with setting powder and finish it up. And I have finished my makeup. I did set this with the Lancome No More Shine, Shine No More setting powder, and I am really liking how the Charlotte Tilbury eye concealer is. Let me get you real close. It's looking really good. So I will check back in with you later today. All right, friends, it has been almost 8 hours and I wanted to check in with you. We are headed to an event tonight, so I am going to wash and start afresh with my makeup. So excuse the weirdness in the makeup. I've been trying things all day. I think that this foundation is wearing nicely. I think it is benefiting from having a primer. I'm pleased that it is not settling into lines around my mouth. I noticed a little bit up here. I haven't touched it up or done anything to it since I did the initial setting powder this morning. In fact, I don't even think I used finishing powder on it, but it's still, you know, it's still giving me good coverage. It still looks good. So I think we've got another thumbs up for day 2. Today I'm going to try a polishing technique for applying this foundation. I saw this on a video by Wayne Goss. He's amazing. I will link him up here. Check him out if you haven't already. But when he was doing this technique, he really emphasized that the face should be very dry. He said only moisturize areas that need moisture. Well, at 50, this whole thing needs moisture. So I did my morning moisture routine, including sunscreen, the Australian Gold, and that was a half hour ago. So this has had a half hour to absorb and dry down, and then 15 minutes ago I used the Hourglass Veil primer. So I feel like everything is dried down. Now he used a brush of his, and he didn't say, maybe he said it was the foundation brush. He didn't talk about its characteristics too much. This is a Jeffree Star for Morphe brush. It is the JS1. I like it. It's dense, but not so dense that it doesn't move. It's very soft. And I think that for the technique that Wayne did, this is going to be the right brush. Plus, even though I'm not really a pinky girl, all evidence to the contrary, this brush just puts a smile on my face. So I'm going to try what he did, which was he used, I believe, a NARS foundation. We are, of course, trying the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Lines foundation. So I'm going to put 1 pump I don't think there's a lot of consistency in how much you get out of a pump, because that really feels like more like 2/3 of a pump to me, but I'm gonna give it a try. And he dabbed it, cheek, forehead, cheek. Now, he's got a beard, so he didn't have as much area to cover as I do. And then he said, you just start polishing. He said the reason for doing this technique is it gives you coverage, but it looks like skin. It just gives you a very nice skin technique. Now, sometimes we want, we want a lot of coverage. We don't want it to look like skin. We want kind of that perfect palette sort of look. And this technique is not for that. This is supposed to be for skin. And I will say that in his video, he just did half of his face, and I can really see a difference. And at one point he did comment it was a good thing he had strong wrists, and I'm seeing why. This is a lot of vigorous movement. So let me just pause here. I don't know if it's the foundation or the technique. I think, given my couple days experience with this foundation, that it's the technique that this is not going to be enough coverage for me. So let me go ahead and polish in this one last dot over here. But I think then we're going to go in and do a little bit more traditional application for day 3 here. Maybe if I was 20 and had flawless skin, this would be enough for me, but oh girlfriend, it's not enough. So, all right, let's go in. Yeah, see, I just did 2 pumps. That's the first one, that's the second one. This is not consistent. Don't get me wrong, I love a pump, but this is not consistent in how much you're getting, how much product you're getting out in each pump. So, all right, applying a bit more there. And now we'll go back in with Jeffree Star and try to build it up a bit. You know, I guess it could also be the brush, although it doesn't look like this brush is absorbing a ton of product. I wouldn't abandon the technique, but I think, at least for me, I would need to adapt it. Still have those lovely blemishes on the top of my nose. At this age, everything takes so much longer to heal. Going in with more. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Maybe there was just, I don't know, an air pocket in there or something where there wasn't a ton of product coming out. All right, and now I'm going to just apply a little extra and try just stippling, pouncing in those areas where I want more coverage. I'm glad this is not my first day with this foundation, because I know that it performs and covers better than this. Okay, going back in for more. All right, I think on my face, with the level of coverage I need, or sorry, I want, that the pouncing or stippling technique is the brush method I recommend for me. All right, again today, I'm very happy with how it looks. I'm going to give it a minute to dry down, and I will set it and finish my makeup and check back in with you later on today. All right, we're having a beautiful sunny day, so you get a good look at this IT foundation out in the sunshine. It's a little hard for me to see, but I think it's looking pretty good. And here we are in the kitchen under the kitchen light. And we have LED lights in our kitchen, no fluorescent. So before I get to my conclusions, let me say that I have predominantly normal skin. Sometimes I get some dry patches around my nose and my mouth, and the wrong foundation for me can accentuate those. Likewise, sometimes I can get a little shiny in my T-zone, and again, the wrong foundation can emphasize that. So, the IT Bye Bye Lines foundation. I have really liked this foundation. It applied easily with finger, with sponge, with brush. I felt like I could build it to definite medium coverage. It wore beautifully. My skin looks like skin. I think it does do a good job of blurring wrinkles and pores and just giving that, yeah, I mean, they said it, kind of a lit from within finish on this. It is really a lovely foundation. I will tell you honestly, the only problem I have with this foundation is I am now getting too many foundations that I absolutely love. And that's really hard. If you go look at my Tarte Concealer review, that was another one that worked really well for my skin. So if you've tried this, if you've got oily skin, if you've got combo skin, they say this is good for all skin types. And maybe with all the good stuff that's listed in here, maybe it would work. I'm curious. Leave me a comment if you've tried this foundation. I'd love to know what you think. Thank you so much for joining me today. I post every Monday and Thursday, so please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. Sometimes I post a bonus video and you don't want to miss that. Have a really fantastic day.